Thank you all for being here. I'm representing Carbon Lighthouse. We're an energy efficiency company based out of San Francisco, California, and we've been doing a lot of work here in Benicia, which we're really excited to talk about. Let's see if I can figure out how to make this thing work. I don't know. I have to turn this on? Okay. All right. I officially know how to use the technology now. Great. So about Carbon Lighthouse, we offer high-quality, unbiased engineering services, and our goal is to make every building that we work with entirely carbon neutral. So what we do is we find all of the cost-effective energy efficiency opportunities, renewable opportunities in the building, and help implement those from beginning to end. And then we offset the remaining carbon footprint with carbon offsets from reliable government-regulated sources. So that's our general business model. Our goal is to make it incredibly easy and cost-effective for any business to work with us. And we offer financing, we offer complete project management from beginning to end to make that possible. Our approach is pretty unique for an energy efficiency company. We're able to serve clients down to as small as 25,000 square feet. And our incentives are really aligned with our clients because what we're doing is we're doing a shared savings agreement. So if we find more energy efficiency opportunities, we both benefit, and we're not trying to mark up any type of equipment. And that makes sure that what we want is the same as what you want. We also offer zero upfront costs for all of our projects. We're able to access our own project finance fund as well as a variety of other financing resources to enable clients to get low interest financing for whatever projects they're looking at. We have world-class engineers, just really fantastic energy efficiency experts on staff, and all of our solutions look at the entire building and how to optimize all of our systems together. So this is kind of our method. We're basically all huge nerds, and we use a ton of data to figure out exactly what's going on in a building and then optimize that with the utility rates, the various different incentives that are available, any special programs to put together a complete package for making buildings completely carbon neutral. So at the end of the initial study phase, we have precise energy and dollar savings, exact scope of implementation, which we will manage from beginning to end, and a complete suite of environmental benefits. So you know exactly what you're going to get when you're working, starting implementation with us. The result of this is that we end up costing around half as much per energy saved as the national average for energy service providers. And that's, again, because we're really getting the data on how your building works. We're not using any generic solutions. We're finding solutions that are custom suited to your process. So that's why we're able to deliver solutions at a much lower rate than a lot of the other firms in the field. So instead of just talking about general things that we do, I want to go over a little bit of our actual data from the field. This is going to be a case study of a project we did here in Benicia. We've been working with an industrial park tenant that has about 40,000 square feet of pneumatic manufacturing. So this means that they do their manufacturing, they run a lot of their equipment off of compressed air. So this system generally consists of a couple of compressors that make the compressed air, and then a large distribution system that moves the air throughout the building. They have other equipment including injection molding, a lot of lighting, a small cooling tower, and they also had opportunities related to their building shell, possibly renewables, and a lot of stuff related to electric rates. Because we only have a little bit of time here, I'm going to focus entirely on their compressed air system, but we did look at all those other components of their building as well. So just so that you understand what we're talking about here, this is their compressed air system. They had two compressors that were actually pretty new. They've been installed within the last 3 years. And the way we thought there might be opportunities for making them more efficient was looking at how the compressors were sequenced, what their set points were, and how the distribution system was working. So what we did was we analyzed the current way that it was working, we specified new operations and the retrofits that were necessary, and we found all the financing and rebates that were available to them. So going into this in a little bit more detail, what we did for the compressors was we actually measured the energy usage that they were using for a period of 2 weeks. And so you can actually see that here, and this looks a little confusing, but what you see is the blue line at the bottom is their smaller compressor turning on and off a lot. The red line is their larger compressor staying pretty much constant during the workday, and the green line is their combination of the two of them. So that's what we found when we actually went in and measured their energy use, and they really didn't know how these were operating. They have no way of tracking this. So we went in and found this, and the interesting thing is that this blue machine actually loses efficiency when it cycles on and off like that. It's not meant to do that. Whereas the one that's represented by the red line actually does very good job at following load, at going up and down and ramping. But that's not how they're operating here. And right now, they can't talk to each other, so there is no way for them to operate that way. So what we're doing is installing a new controller, which is a relatively small capital improvement. It's going to take less than a day to install. And we're going to be able to change their operating conditions so it looks like this, so that the blue machine stays nice and constant when it's on, and the red machine follows the load. And that alone is going to save them 22% of their energy on this system. And so these are the types of things that you can do with an existing facility without putting in a lot of new capital equipment. You can really find ways to optimize the system as it is by adding minor modifications and improving how things are operated. This will also actually allow us to reduce the pressure that they need, because they've been having a lot of issues with pressure quality here because their machines were cycling on and off. So they were keeping the pressure much higher than needed. In this system, their pressure will stay much more constant. We're going to be able to drop it. And every time you drop pressure by about 1 psi, you're actually able to save a lot of energy. So that's great. We also help them identify all of the leaks in their air distribution center. And this actually took a fair amount of time. We went in on a weekend and used an ultrasonic leak detector, which turns the vibrations that air makes as it squeaks out of little holes all throughout the system, and it amplifies that sound and helps you measure it. And so we went through their entire manufacturing facility and found all of the air leaks. And so combining those, we're going to be able to reduce their actual air required by close to a third. So that's another really good opportunity. And again, this is a relatively low-cost measure and can be done pretty quickly. So on the financing side, there's literally hundreds of sources of funding for this stuff. Everyone's really excited about energy efficiency, but finding the right programs can be really overwhelming and daunting. So one of the services that we offer for our clients is managing that entire process for everyone. So for this particular process, we are able to find several programs that cover the entire upfront cost. One is from the Benicia grants here, which is great. There's a $10,000 grant for the industrial park that we were able to secure for them. Additionally, there's a PG&E third-party program called TEAA, the Energy Savers Program, and we were able to get nearly $10,000 from them, as well as PG&E custom retrofits, which is a different PG&E program, and we were able to get another $12,000 from them. On top of that, we access several zero-interest loans. This project is going to end up using Carbon Lighthouse's own project fund. We have our own internal project fund to do low-interest loans to clients. In other cases, we've used before the PG&E zero-interest on-bill financing loan, as well as the new Benicia low and no-interest program as well. So, and on top of that, there's actually federal tax incentives for investment in energy efficiency that requires a qualified energy firm to sign off saying that you've done the appropriate project. So we're able to do that as well. So here we are able to find more than enough funding to cover the entire cost of the project, and the client's going to see $30,000 a year in savings starting from the very beginning. So just in general, what can we do for customers in the commercial and industrial space? We can offer energy efficiency studies and implementation. As I said, we specialize in doing the process from beginning to end, making it as simple as possible. You really don't have to put a lot of time into it. And we can look at process equipment, at HVAC, at lighting, pretty much anything that uses energy in your facility. We can also do renewable energy feasibility studies. We have solar experts on staff, and we'll do the implementation for that as well. We can also look at your rates and see whether you're on the correct electric rate. That can often end up causing people thousands of dollars of losses a year just being on the wrong electric rate. And then one thing that I think is undervalued benefit is that we get a lot of press for our clients. Every time we finish our project, our client has become carbon neutral, and we bring in local press, we bring in local government officials, we give our clients a plaque that says that they're carbon neutral, and they get to brag about that. And we'll do a national press release, and so it really can be a drawing point for clients for the products that you have, or for tenants if you own a building. And so those benefits are very real as well, and we're really proud to make sure that our clients get recognized for all the incredible leadership that they do. So with that, I don't have a lot else to say, but I'd be really happy to take any questions if anyone has any.